Sorry about the connection, but hopefully you all see me here and are willing to come back. I'll just wait until I see you all. I'm going to talk to the Instagram friends for now. But African Dreaming, oh my goodness. So, you know what, Big Rooster, I was waiting. I've been waiting for you to say that. And you held on this whole entire time. So I have got to give you some kudo points for that one because I was waiting for you to give me, especially after I called your bike a what? I won't say it right here, but you can if you want to knock on your neighbors door and ask them to turn up the bandwidth. No, first of all, my neighbors, they probably wouldn't want to share them, but I'm sorry, it's my daughter calling. But yeah, my neighbors, it's probably only one of them that would show me if they could. But I gotta just take a deep breath. But this neighborhood that I'm in, there are lots of trees. Like there's a forest in back of my house, and the Wi-Fi has been terrible ever since COVID hit. Like it used to be really, really good, and then all of a sudden, pew. So sometimes I just had to learn to deal with it. But hey, Bud Files, good morning. Good morning, Bud Files. So I don't know if you were in here when we had the little snafu, but I'm glad you're in here. Oh, we back. I know, Liz B, check that out. Because Liz and African Dreaming, Big Rooster, thank you all for still hanging in there with me, because I'm telling you, I was really over here I had some diverse emotions happening here. I wanted to laugh because it reminded me of the first time this happened to me when I was on a panel with the Jay, Jordan, Rich, and Jamie, and I went out, but they were still on panel, having a good time, laughing, talking, scratching Pete. You remember this? It's like a repeat, right? But that's okay. This time, at least I'm able to take it in stride. Big Bruce is over here joking on me and making things better because, I like to laugh. I have a good time. I got jokes all the time. Big Rooster, and I don't even mind. I love it because what they say about laughter is good medicine or something like that for the heart, or makes the heart happy, or however people say it. But welcome back. Thank you, Scratch and Pete. See, thank you. I'm happy now. So I have everybody back. I'm not even going to do it with Facebook. I'm just going to put the tablet away. I do not want to overdo it. I will. Facebook friends, sorry if you're also on Instagram and YouTube and you hear me. I'll catch you all. I'll catch you all later. I think we're going to deal with these two for now and see what happens. So Big Rooster, I'm glad you stayed, and I'm glad you tried to make light of the situation for me. Thank you very much. African Dreaming, thank you very much for staying. You got full support, fam. Thanks. I really appreciate that with the heart. Blue Lotus, we love you. We're a community. We stick around for each other. You got this. Thank you so much. I really, really, truly appreciate that, you guys. I really do. Big Rooster, I can't wait to see you Saturday. Let's see what you say about it. I can't wait until Saturday. So, YouTube family, I'm sorry. I'm back. Liz B, the Bud Files. I don't even remember where we stopped. I know we were talking about friends and your strong friends and talking to the strong friends and, checking on them, just making sure. Liz B, you said something about checking on them and just reinforcing it and making sure that they're okay. And look, it turns out that my strong friends are now checking on me right now, right? To make sure I'm okay. I'm okay, you guys. I'm okay. I know my eyes on Instagram look a little bit watery, but it's not because I'm crying. I have allergies. So that's what it is. But I'm glad my strong friends are here to hold me up through this Wi-Fi disaster. But, like we said, things happen. You live, you learn, you keep moving, you move forward. What do? Sit here and, and sit in a pool of self-pity. I'm not that type of person. I'll let things happen. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, next. So we're back. Maybe, so we can finish the conversation. I'm just sorry that, my connection booted people out. So I apologize, you all. And Instagram, thank you so much, you all there. But it's the bounce back. That's right, Liz. It's the bounce. It's the bounce back. Say it's the bounce back.
It's the bounce back.
Yeah, see, my baby said it's a bounce back that matters. So, okay, Liz B, so you all, we can continue the conversation on strong friends. And if anybody wants to, you all were doing, man, you were doing such an excellent job engaging and chiming in. And then I feel like you are doing an excellent job. You are. And I feel like as soon as we were on a roll and I was like, woo, then boom. But that's all right. It's okay. We're not going to linger. So we'll jump back into it. So if you're the strong friend, if you think you're the strong friend in the relationship, raise your hand. Raise your hand, because I'm just curious as to who the strong friends are in this community. Who are the strong friends in this community? I think I am. I think I can take some things. I'm not that sensitive. Hey, Gina versus Gina. Gina, thank you for coming in. You are here for part 2, because part 1, it was good. We were having a good time. And well, I was having a good time. I can't speak for everybody else. And then crash. the internet just said, nope, not today. No, not today. So it went out and kept me out for a while and booted everybody else out. I mean, I think everybody was here waiting for a little while. And then, Instagram friends, Facebook just crashed. I mean, there's no bounce back. I'll just share the video there because we're not going to go there. Hi, Erica, my fly family. Hey, how are you? How are you? How are you today? How are you today? How are you today? So everybody's saying, welcome back. So yeah, we were talking about friends, blessing and love, geeky girls. Thank you, Dr. Destiny's in the house. Thank you, Dr. Destiny. So Erica and all of you on Instagram, all you on YouTube. Now that I got the highs out, now that I said hi to the people that were just coming back in, we can get back into the conversation. So I was just wondering, what are some ways that you all, because I did say I'll be done by 1:30. I'm going to stick to that 1:30. So I will make sure I'm watching the clock. So what are some ways that you all like to check on your own friends or your friends? Because we were saying that a lot of friends don't like to accept help. They don't, they camouflage it and act as if everything is okay when it may not be okay. And you all, excuse me, my baby, this is my other co-host. She wants to be a part of it, but she's giving mama some time to also work. So we're just going to pray through this when she's all right back here. Don't worry about it. You might hear her singing a little song every now and then, but it's all right. She likes to sing. We're just going to nurture that, and we're going to allow her to do that. So she might be our background music for now, but Liz B says that you should do it face to face so you can tell when they're hiding something. That's a great remedy, because you can see things in people's face. If they're saying, oh no, I'm okay, but maybe they're not giving you eye contact, or their face scrunches up like mine. Sometimes I'm like, So if they're giving you all those signs, and you're a friend, like if your friend is being honest with you or not, if you've been friends for long enough. Sometimes if it's your new friend, you might not really know, because you're still trying to develop a relationship with that person. But if it's a person that you've known for a good amount of time, you can kind of read their face. You can sometimes, like, some people have a good poker face. I will say that. Yes, face to face. African Dreaming agrees with you, Liz, that face to face is best. I would have to also agree with that, because people can hide things on the phone. Like, they could be crying and have tears. Well, you can hear that sometimes, can't you? But they could really have tears in their eyes and be telling you that everything is all right, and then you don't know because you can't see them. And also, if you see them face to face and you ask them if something's wrong, they might break down at that moment, because you're in their presence and you're talking to them, or because they see the concern in your face, they might say something. So Gina versus Gina said, true Liz B, face to face. That's the right. So that's the way to go, everybody. African Dreaming said it. Well, Liz B said it. African Dreaming agreed. Gina versus Gina agreed. Hey, that's all we need. 3 to agree, right? Touching and agreeing. Like church. Touching and agreeing. Amen. Yes, face to face. Blue Lotus said another way to tell is if they are isolated and showing up for events. Ah, right. Well, what if Blue Lotus, what if that friend says, well, I had something else to do. I can't make it. I have other things to do. I can't do it today. I can't do it tomorrow. In fact, I can't do it next month. So what do? You think that that's just somebody kind of trying to blow you off to, deal with their own issues? And I can understand that, because I like to deal with my own things. Now I will, like I said, I will reach out if I feel like Because a lot of times for me, at least, I don't know if some of you are like that, just talking about something is therapy. If I'm able to just release it and let it go, I'm good. Like if I can just talk about it, or if I can just tell the individual, whatever the situation is, if I can talk about it, I'm good. I'm good. Like I can be at peace with it. Okay, so another way, African Dreamers say yes. Yes. Yeah. My mom can hear it in my voice. Mama always, yes. Oh, my season to win. Thank you for coming in. I don't want to overlook you. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Yeah, African Dreaming, you are. Our sis said, or it could be Jay. I think it's April in this case. I think it's April. I'm pretty sure it's April. Says, mom can tell. Moms can tell. When I talk, you know what? When I was younger, my mom could tell. My mom can, not just when I was younger, my mom can still tell. And I'm in my 40s. My mom still knows. And it's funny, when I was pregnant, my mom knew every time. She knew every time. I didn't have to say anything. But my mom knew, and she still knows every time there's something that disturbs me. Every time there's something. So yeah, you're right. Moms know. I agree with that. I agree with that. Oh, African Dreamer said, hey, Gina. I don't know if you're over there, Gina, or just on YT, but African Dreaming said, hey, Gina. So that's from them to me. Oh, Gina, you in both places too? I love this. You this multiple platform thing is working. I can't hide it from her. She won't pry, but she knows. Yeah, they don't have to pry. They just know everything, don't they? Moms, boy, they just know. They had like that. I think when you become a mom, you just get that sense, and it's some type of connection, because I'm like that with my kids. Hey, Juan, you came back. Thank you for coming back in. I appreciate it. I know we had a little trouble, but that's okay. Trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always. So we're back. We're back in here. The Instagram people, YouTube. I didn't put Facebook back, so they're the only ones that still got, they didn't get booted. They just didn't get reconnected. And that's okay. We're going to just share with them later, because sharing is caring. But yes, mamas know. My kids, I can just see it in their face. And if I can't see it in their face, I can see it in their action. I can tell by the way they're talking, or the way that they're even walking around. You just little things that that you can pick up from your kids. And like I said, I know dads can do that too. I'm not saying dads can't. I'm just speaking on the behalf of moms, because I'm a mom. I can't really tell you from a father's perspective, because I'm not a man. I am not a dad. I'm not a father. I'm just saying, mamas know. Mamas know. You are. I tell you what I did, and this goes along with another story, but I'm going to tell you all this just because you're here and you bear with me. But just to let you know that moms know, my mom, okay, I live in a different state, very far from parents, and I was pregnant. And each time I was pregnant, I felt like I wasn't able to share that information with them in public. Not in public, face to face, like we're talking about. I always had to do it over the phone, or over the phone, or do it on a face-to-face FaceTime or Zoom or something like that. So one time I was like, okay. Yellow. I can make it with orange and yellow, but can you, for 1 second 30 minutes actually, 25. So yeah, my mom was, and I can make your hearts. Okay, well, I'll talk. I can make the yellow heart. You can make the yellow heart, and you can color this one in. So my mom, I was trying to keep it a surprise, and I waited all the way until I was 7 months. One reason is because I had some things happen before this particular child I'm talking about. This was my father at the time. So I had some miscarriages, and I just didn't want to, tell them and get them all excited and get anybody excited. So I kept it to myself for a long time. Nobody knew but the people in my household. And I just didn't want to say anything. But I was going home to visit for Christmas. So I came in and, okay, you being safe with the bad weather. I don't know if you're talking to me. Hi, Artworks. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you coming in on Instagram. So, okay, so the rest of the story was, so I wanted to surprise my parents. I was like, I waited this long. I waited until that safe period, the safe period that 4 months, and I was like, okay, so now that I made it through that, or the first trimester, I was like, if I make it through the first trimester, then I will tell them when I see them. But then it started getting to the point where it was almost time for me to go visit. So I was like, hey, I might as well just surprise them, let them know when I get there. So that's what I did. Long story short, when I got there, it was this big surprise. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, I had all my siblings there, nieces, and my one nephew, and everybody was just like, wow, you know, oh, and my mom wasn't physically in the vicinity. She was somewhere else. And we were like, okay, we're gonna surprise her. We're gonna do this. We had it all set up. We're gonna do it this way, that way, blah, blah, blah. We had it all set up. So we were calling her, and she's like being real casual. Yeah, okay, I'm coming. And we're all like, I wonder what's going on with her. So she comes out and she was just like, oh, are you ready to tell everybody the news? And we're like, what? Everybody's kind of like, what's she talking about? Because she was the only one that we thought didn't know. Turns out she knew. So that's my point. And people know. They know if they're close to you, they know. I don't want yellow because I don't see yellow every time. Okay, you can see yellow every time. Yeah, they know. So sometimes if you trust that person enough to allow them into whatever it is that you're going through, you know, go ahead and talk to them. That's a good way to get some therapy, a good way to get some relief, because they may be thinking about something that you're not thinking about. They may have a solution to the problem that you haven't thought about. And, you know, friends and family members can be very helpful in doing that. And I'm going to go up because I see that some YouTube friends are talking to me, and I want to make sure that Juan says, hey, everyone again. You're right. A mama knows, says Dr. Destiny. I'm doing good. That's Scratching Pete talking. Hey, Juan. Okay. Guess I'm caught up. I thought I saw somebody else say something. I'm still here, just moving over to YouTube stream and said, okay, Urban Garden. Thank you, Urban. I appreciate the African dream, and thank you for still being here. And you know, you all could be anywhere, wherever you prefer to be, and I'm okay with. Okay, are you being safe? Yeah, are you safe with the bad weather? My season to win. I see who African Dream was talking to. Yeah, be safe out there. It's starting to snow over here a little bit, and I don't know what you're getting, but be safe. So, yeah, so that's that. So I wrote down some ways you all, because it's 109. I wrote down some ways that you can help your strong friends. I mean, not that you all don't know, but in case you don't know, some ways that you can help out a strong friend. I have a few, and I'm just going to tell you what they are, and you can agree, disagree, add some more, whatever you please. Yes, I have 6 children, and I know each one of them, whether they are down, spirited, or not. Yes, that is absolutely right. And 6, all right. I love big families. Wonderful. Blue Lotus. I didn't know that about you, but I'm glad to know that now. My season, I'm safe. I'm working from home today. All right, good. Stay safe over there, Gina. Stay safe. Okay, so I have a couple of suggestions, you all, that I wrote down, and you know, you can take it, leave it, and most of you may or may not already do this, but I just said you can check on your strong friends by texting them. You can check on your strong friends by calling. I know that during this time, and I know I'm guilty of this myself, a lot of people would much rather text than call. If you're one who likes to text, you know, let me know. Put a T. If you prefer calling, if you prefer to hear that person's voice over text. I know a lot of times with me, a text is really quick. Like I can text and, you know, keep texting back and forth while I'm doing things with my kids, while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, while I'm doing whatever. So text is just an easier option. However, I do want to hear that person's voice, you know, every now and then. Sorry, I missed the comment. I'm listening. Okay. Just checking on you. Okay, good. Everybody's checking on each other. Another way is to email. I know that's somewhat outdated a little bit, but not, because people still use email addresses. So we can still email people. So this is the one that is probably outdated, writing a letter. But some people still like to have a nice letter written, believe it or not. They want to know that that person is thinking about them. And sometimes a letter just looks like you put forth the extra effort because you actually took out the pen, paper, and wrote a nice little note, a letter, and then took it to the post office to put it in your mailbox, and just did that little extra where we can just get right on our phone and text, boom, 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 done. So I think it's just a matter of personal preference, personally, but that's just me. You can stop by their house if they're open to that. Some people don't want you stopping by their house. You better call before you come, or you're going to be standing outside. So again, you have to know who your friend is and where they stand with that. Do they like it? Dr. Destiny says, I like calling more than texting. Okay, there you have it. Dr. Destiny likes, I have some people in my family that prefer you to call them. They don't want you to text. Call them. Just double check. Okay. I love calling more than texting. I want to hear the person's voice. That's what Dr. Destiny said.
Mom,
yes.
I did not draw a hole on my leg.
Okay, draw me a picture, okay?
I did not draw a hole on my leg.
Okay, don't draw on your leg. Good job. So some people like to do.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
No, don't draw on your legs. So Oh, see, African Dreamer said they love handwritten letters. It means a lot. Yeah, it does because I have not received a handwritten letter, and I've received a handwritten letter. Um, I know in our house for like Christmas and events like that, we're big on like our kids. They write us Christmas cards, so we can count that. I mean, I get that from them, but I see them. But yeah, a handwritten letter. I think people always go the extra mile when they do that because they take the time to sit down and write and think about what they're gonna do. Not to say that people who don't text do, but again, personal preference. Stepping by the house, we said that one already. You can go meet somebody, go meet up with your friends, go somewhere fun. What do you like to do? Do you like to bowl? I see people bowling, on YouTube sometimes. Do you like to bowl? Do you like to meet up in the park? Do you like to play laser tag? Do you like to go to the range? Do you like to, I don't know, do whatever it is that you like to do, that you and your friend like to do? Maybe you just want to meet up somewhere and chit chat. You can do that too. You can also go to lunch. You can go to lunch, make a lunch date or a dinner date. If you have a family, dinner is probably off the table for some. Big Rooster say I haven't gotten a handwritten letter since that effing. Big Rooster. No, he said I know the ones on YouTube saw this, but just in case Big Rooster is not on Instagram, and the people who don't know Big Rooster, he is a comedian, and he says I haven't gotten a handwritten letter since that F in grade school, Geeky. Okay, Juan Perez says I like calling. I like calling and writing letters. Oh my gosh, I ain't gonna make my eyes tear for real because I'm laughing at you. Let me. Ooh, okay, so he says I like calling and writing letters. And Juan says, or meeting up too. He could do that as well. And I think that was it. Okay, so we can all agree on that. So, man, I think I'm surprised that I like calling and writing letters. I see more people saying that they are actually willing to call and write letters more than I thought. So that's interesting. I'm glad to see that you all. I'm glad to see that you all are still very much willing to call and to write letters to people. And Big Rooster, I'm still trying to get myself together because you are hilarious, and I guess it's payback time. It's payback time. So, what else do you think? Is something else that I didn't put on the list that can help somebody? We have 15 more minutes, not to rush you all off. But I mean, I said 1:30, so I'm going to stick to it. I want to hold you up. So, is there anything else that you can do to check on a strong friend? Anything we didn't cover? If your strong friend is feeling down, here we go with the cluckery. I know, right? I thought we were supposed, and he's on YouTube, so you're in the right place, Big Rooster, with the cluckery. You're not on Instagram, so he moved. He actually moved from the location, African Dreamer, to go ahead and do it here. So Liz B said, invite them out to an activity. Invite them out to an activity, or maybe their friend likes to work out. So you can have them go work out with you. Sometimes working out just puts you in a better mood. I know it does for me sometimes. If I'm like, I just, and then sometimes you go punch a punching bag. I like to do that. Hit the punching bag, run on the treadmill, elliptical. Now, that's a whole other monster. I will get on there, but whoo, that is something. If you all have ellipticals, you know what I'm talking about. So Big Rooster says, I saw him say something. Calling is the route. You like to, okay, Big Rooster said he prefers to call. He prefers to call people too. So I feel like we have more calling than texting, which is good because I always hear, and maybe that's because I live with, the majority of my household is younger people, and they're always more willing to text than to call. They will call mom, but I mean, I see them all the time. It's texting. And I say I've gotten into the habit of doing that too because of my schedule, but I will call. I will reach out and touch somebody, reach out and call and see how they're doing. So that's what the moral of this live is, just reach out, check on your strong friends, check on your not so strong friends. Everybody needs some love. Everybody needs a little, need somebody to check on them. And I know you do as well. You need somebody to check on you. So maybe, they say what you give, you get in return, so check on those friends. Here listening, good talk, full support. Thank you, Andre. thank you. I haven't seen you in a minute because I've not been that active in that other group. So I'm glad to see you here. I appreciate it and your time. I appreciate everybody's time here. So we're talking about strong friends, Andre, if you didn't catch it. We're talking about how to check in on your strong friends. And I just always feel like after the fact, when somebody's done something that's hurtful to themselves or harmful, that, it's like, I wish I would have, could have reached out to them. So I would say, if sometimes when you're going about your day and you're just moving along, not really, you're doing whatever you do. Life is lifing. And then you had sometimes that person just comes to mind. It happens to me. I don't know if it happens to any of you. And sometimes that person comes to mind. Hey, Kid Stories, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. And that person comes to mind just out of nowhere. I don't think it's out of nowhere. I think that person comes to your mind and to your thoughts because you're supposed to check on them, or they come to your mind for a reason. Maybe they're going through something. And I think that's kind of God's way sometimes of nudging us and saying, hey, check on your friend, or hey, check on whoever, check on Mr. Thompson, check on Miss Shirley, check on April, check on Jay, check on Rooster, check on Faith. Rachel, thank you for coming in. Check on Andre, check on Pete, check on Kid Stories. That's a nudge sometimes to just check on that person. And I know sometimes with me, if I don't check on that person right then when I'm thinking about it or close to that time, I might keep doing things throughout the day and forget about it, but it'll come back to me. And if it doesn't, then it'll come back like weeks later. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I did think about that person. I should have called them when I had the chance. So I'm just telling you, I'm learning from some of the things that I do and do not do, that I would like to change. And that's one of them that, if you had that thought about that person, don't be afraid to reach out, I don't believe that person came to into your thought process for no reason. I believe that, you thought about them because it was meant for you to reach out. It was meant for you to pray for them. It was meant for you to do something. So don't discount that feeling, that emotion, or that thought that you have, just reach out to that person. I mean, it won't hurt, will it? Yes, touch and agree. Yes, right. Let's touch and agree. Blue Lotus, that's right. I'm all for touching and agreeing. What do they say? All we need is 3. Facts. Check on your strong friends. Yes, people pop in my mind and I'm not okay until I check on them. Yes, African Dreamer, I agree. Did you all hear what African Dreamer said? Yes, people come in their mind and they're not okay until they check on them. You got to check on your friends. You got to check on them. That's why you're put in their life. I think that when you have a good friend, if you want to be a good friend to other people, you got to show yourself friendly. That's what I was taught. That's what I was told. So, I like I said, I don't have lots of friends, but I do have a friend. At the moment, it's like one, but I check on her. In fact, she checked on me the other day, so I need to call her back. She was obviously thinking about me. And Andre says, for sure, a conversation from a friend can make a big difference in their life. Communication is key. Yes, I agree, Andre. And I thought somebody else said something, but no. Okay, Nightbot was just talking. Hello, Styling. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Styling with Gigi. Good to see you. We're talking about strong friends, Gigi. Checking in on your strong friends. How you check in on your strong friends. We were saying you can text them, call them. You can Zoom them. I mean, we have Zoom. We have FaceTime. We have, honestly, you could probably even set up a Restream or a StreamYard and, have that person talk to you behind the scenes if you want to do it that way. You can do it that way too for creators or for people who have those programs that are in use. African Dreaming says to Blue Lotus, I love you like Big Rooster love tea cakes. How much do you love tea cakes, Big Rooster? How much do you love tea cakes? So that's what we're talking about, Gigi. We're talking about strong friends and checking on your friends that are not so strong because they need support. All of us, everybody needs support. And I think we found that out. And I see we have a few minutes left. Yeah, hold on one sec. And I think we're finding that out more and more, especially after the pandemic, but it's still things happening right now. So when the pandemic started and going through that time period, I think we really began to see that people need help now more than ever. Like they're not, a lot of times people aren't going to outright come out and say, hey, I need your help. They're not going to do that. Not everybody. Some will, but most of the time, in my experiences, people are going to kind of keep to themselves and try to deal with it, or they may reach out to somebody and that person may or may not listen in the way that friend needs the assistance, or maybe they get blown off, or anything can happen. So I'm in agreement with Liz, if she's still here too. If you reach out to their friend and you see that something's wrong, even if they're saying, "Oh, nothing's wrong, I'm fine," just don't be harsh and don't be pushy, but just do it in love. Just kind of say, "Hey, I'm here if you need something," and just kind of, talk to them a little bit, soften them up, and see if they'll let you in on it, and so you can help. Just a sec, and see if you can help them out. Yes, I'm here. Oh yeah, you're still here, Lisby. Thank you. So that's what I say, and I go inward. It's hard for me to ask for help. I understand that, April. I understand that. What do you all? Can you all suggest something to the person that says, or to the people? Because I know she's not the. I know I know African Dreaming is not the only person that feels the way, going inward, and it's hard to ask for help. I think it's also because we haven't normalized asking for help as something that everybody needs help. But I know in the past, suck it up, suck it up, get off your feet, pull yourself up by the reps, or people would be dismissive, and they're not listening to what you say half the time. And then you feel like, okay, now I don't have anybody to talk to, so I might as well just keep it in and hold it in and deal with it myself, which is what you were trying to do. But in all actuality, you need somebody to talk to. We were all created to be relational. We were created to be relational, and I know that a lot of people are introvert. I myself, I'm an ambivert. I can be introverted at times. I can be an extrovert. But I know with me, I like to, when I want to be by myself, I'm going to be by myself. So I can understand those who like to be by themselves. So, sometimes it takes more to pull things out of others. And sometimes it's easy to pull things out of some people. Sometimes it's to pull things out of other people. And I'm going to go to the chat because I see you all talking. Thank you. Maybe because I'm the one that people always ask for help. See, you're that good. Is that good advice? That's what African Dreamer said. And Blue Lotus says, if ever anyone needs me, I'm there. Even the strongest person needs to want also, or needs to vent. I'm sorry. Even the strongest person needs to vent also. African Dreamer says, I lean on Jay. I know he will listen to me and support me. He is my rock. Oh, I know. I love it. I love it. I love it when the husband is there for their spouse or a good friend. I have a good rock here as well. And the good thing too about my spouse, African Dreaming, I know who I'm talking to now, is that I can go to him, I can tell him, and we have different perspectives. It's so weird sometimes. Like some things we do see eye to eye on, but a lot of things he's at this end, I'm at that end, or on opposite end of the spectrum. And a lot of times I don't see it that way, the way that he says it. And so when I go to him with the concern or with whatever my issue is, he's like, oh, well, did you try this? Or maybe you should do it this way. And I'm like, oh, you're right. I guess so. Maybe I should try that, because I'm more of a head-on person. I love that beautiful. I'm more of a head-on person that likes to kind of deal with the situation right now. When it happens, I'm like, I need to talk about it right now. I want somebody to talk about it, but then I had to learn that not everybody is ready to talk about it right now. So I had to learn that for myself, because I'm always like, hey, let's talk about it. Let's get through it. What can we do? Let's solve this problem. But sometimes people also need time to, process and get it together with themselves. And I see YouTube. I'm coming over there in 1 second. I love that. Beautiful. I love that. Beautiful. Blue Lotus said. And African Dreamer said, yeah, sometimes he sees things so different than me and vice versa. Yes. I mean, I'm telling you, in my house, sometimes I'm all the way to the right. He is all the way to the left. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to figure this out in the middle? But it happens and it works. I'm just glad that I can have somebody to talk to about it, or to, give that issue and then see what they can offer. So on YouTube, okay, let me see. I had some catching up to do. And I love this engagement, you all. So much so that I didn't even realize it was 126. Okay, so Andre Southgate says, for me, I think the best way to check on someone is to visit them in person. Time is precious. It means a lot when you actually see them in person. It also makes people open up. Phone calls are also good. All right. Styling with Gigi says, great topic. I've learned that when a friend or an associate crosses my mind, it is for a reason. I started last year being more in tune to those notions. Yes, yeah, I've started to try to do better with that as well, Gigi, because sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm just, but then if I think about it, I'm like, that person wouldn't just pop in my head out of nowhere. I mean, I'm washing dishes. So why would that person just pop in my head? And I know for me, I'm like, okay, it had to be it means that I need to go check on that person. So Big Rooster says AI a whole lot. Big Rooster, a whole lot. Liz B said, I definitely have a problem asking for help. I go through a lot and just deal with it and keep it moving with a smile on my face. And that's often what a lot of people do, Liz B. So I'm glad that we're all here having this conversation, because it's going to help somebody. I know it is. It's going to help somebody who is in the situation that many of us have been in, and we didn't want to ask for help because we're too strong. We're the strong friend. You come to me for help. I help you through situations. And when I'm going through something, I don't want to burden you. I don't want to make your load more than what it is and have you worrying about me. I'm going to figure it out because I always figure it out. So strong friends, it's your time sometimes. It's your time to get some of that counsel from some other friends. Lean on them sometimes and let them reciprocate, because I'm sure they would not mind helping you out because you've helped them out in the past and in different situations. So April's saying, yes, sometimes. Okay. Oh, he puts things in perspective, and I do the same for me. And I do the same for him. Okay, I got it, April. Thank you. He puts things in perspective, and you do the same for him. And hold on, I got 2 minutes, baby. Okay, so I want to read these last couple comments before I have to let you all go, because I know I appreciate your time and I respect your time. So Liz said that, okay, Kids Story says, but are they not asking for help because of pride or because they are afraid of the answer? Whoa, you hit something right there, Kids Stories. What are you trying to do here? Like, maybe it could be a bit of both sometimes. What do you all think? That was a question. I'll ask it again. What are they not asking for? Why? But are they not asking for help because of pride or because they are afraid of the answer? So I think it could go either way sometimes. And I'm going to let, anybody else say something. So Juan said he's an ambivert. Yeah, same here. Juan says, yes, I love helping people and going the extra mile. Liz B says, this was an awesome Geeky Girls. Thank you. Thank you, Liz B. It's awesome because you all made it awesome. I'm just the facilitator. Think of me like that person doing the political debates that's just trying to had the parts move. That's all. I love being here. I love engaging with you all. I love having these conversations because we're helping each other out. You all have even made me think of some things I hadn't thought about, So hopefully this conversation will help anybody who is team replay. And you all, please be sure to hit that like button. Please share it out if you know somebody who can benefit from this conversation, or just if you know somebody, because you never know if they will or will not benefit from hearing this conversation. That's the thing. See, we sometimes don't know who our strong friends. Sometimes we don't know who the strong friends are that actually need the outlet. So it's awesome that we're able to just, kind of. This is the really nice way to kind of give them that that extra push, like, hey, I'm here if you need me, but look, here's a video talking about it. That way you're not saying it, hey, here's a little nudge, maybe if you need a little help. Hey, Eric B, how are you? Hey, Juan, good, thank you for dropping your link. Eric B isn't here. He said hello to everybody, and I see a couple more comments, and then I'm gonna let you all go. Yes, I love helping people. This was awesome. Kids Stories and more. I think sometimes it can be both, and I agree, Gigi. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Juan. Thank you all. Hey, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Instagram. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube, for coming back. Thank you, YouTube friends, for coming back. Eric B, you're blessed. Thank God you're blessed. I'm so happy to hear that. Unfortunately, Eric, we're leaving. It's 1:30, and I told everybody I will let them go at 1:30. I'm over already, but I want to make sure I stick to that. I will be back tomorrow, you all, at 12:15. Tomorrow will be day 3. If God wills, I will be here 12:15, and we can finish this conversation. I had a topic, but I had a different topic for today, and I changed it, right before I came on. So the same, I'll have a topic for tomorrow that we'll talk about, and we'll see how it goes. We'll have a topic. I'll put up the thumbnail between tonight and tomorrow. We'll see. But thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate it. And I see another comment I didn't want to leave. that I want to tell YouTube people because it's on Instagram. Blue Lotus says, I love y'all. Wonderful discussion. Thank you, Blue Lotus. African Dreamer said, good point. I don't think it's pride. It's not wanting to bother someone. And let's be honest, being vulnerable with the wrong person can be a ticking time bomb. It is true. Great convo, Geeky Girls. Love this. Thank you so much. It's because of you all. I take no credit for this. You all made it the bomb. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Come back tomorrow if you can, 12:15 April. I know, I don't even know how you're up right now, but you're probably stay into the wee morning hours like me. But I really appreciate you coming in. My season to win. Thank you. Everybody on YouTube. I don't want to call everybody's name out because I don't want to miss somebody. So I'm just saying goodbye to everybody, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Where did this come from? You got your bonnet? Okay. So she's feeling like having a bonnet today. So I will see you all tomorrow, 12:15. We'll be back and do it. If you can make it, I appreciate it. If not, I understand. Have a good rest of the day, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.
Do I